One day, a prince woke up astonished. He was perplexed as to why doctors surrounded him. He was told to relax. The king was informed that the prince had awoken. The king and queen rushed to the house where the doctors treated the prince. The queen burst into tears upon seeing the prince. She knelt and started praying. The king could see the prince's inquisitive eyes after the prayer. The king explained to the prince that he had just awoken from a 2-year coma. The king explained that he had fallen from a horse while competing in a horseback riding competition. He also stated that the people in his immediate vicinity were the best doctors in the world, whom he had contacted to work on his condition. The prince was still taken aback. He couldn't recall the horse riding competition his father had described to him. He had no recollection of what had happened before. Photos of the horse riding competition were then shown to the prince. He was shown pictures of himself from the time he was a child until the day he fell off a horse and went into a coma. The prince couldn't recall or relate anything. He was grateful, however, for the chance to live again. He knelt and said the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Following that, he thanked the doctors and asked his father to generously reward them. He carried on with his life as if nothing had happened. One of the most essential practices in Stoic philosophy is distinguishing between what we can and cannot change, what we have control over, and what we don't. The prince was told he was in a coma and couldn't remember much of what had happened. But he accepted whatever had happened. The prince understood that he had no control over the past and that he couldn't change what had occurred. The only thing he had control over is the future. As a result, he accepted his past and went about his life as if nothing had happened. The same can be said for us today. If we can concentrate on determining which aspects of our day are under our control and which are not, we will not only be happier, but we will also have a distinct advantage over others who are fighting an unwinnable battle. Nobody chooses to be unhappy, stressed, angry, or miserable. But these are all the results of our judgments. The one thing we can control. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe.